Okay, this is my one-sided speech, and this is my audience. Okay, so for the persuasive speech, I decided to start with the one-sided. So the topic is every college student should spend some time abroad. To start the speech, I chose to pick a phrase that the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. Credit to St. Augustine. So the first point, expanding horizons and gaining new perspectives. The opportunity to learn a new language and higher chances of getting a dream job. So learning a new language is like a great way to improve students' careers prospects, especially consider how globalized our world is, with American companies going overseas and foreign companies coming in. And I got a study from the Minnesota State University that really support that. So, according to the study, about 70% of those who speak at least one foreign language earn more than $100,000 a year. The second one is 66% of American recruiters agree that knowing a second language will be increasingly important in the next 10 years. And globalization, of course, is one of the points too. So the next one, experiencing a different culture. It's a life change, adapting to new customs and religion, cuisine and ways of life of that specific country they're moving. So I believe living abroad and experiencing a new culture is a life change and have a really positive impact on international students. It's a great way to develop the student as a person and a great way to leave their comfort zone, having to deal with adversities, being away from home, being away from their parents and things like that. So here I decided to put the third point, my own experiences. So first living in Kansas as an international student, not knowing English, and then moving to New York, like coming from the Midwest and moving to a completely bigger place, completely different, and then now finishing school in Nebraska. So the life as an international student in the US was different because coming from Brazil is a transition of language. In Brazil we speak Portuguese, and here coming to the US we have to learn English, so it's a really different thing. And I believe like having to adapt to all these different situations, living in these different places in the US, helped me a lot as a student and also as a future businessman. So that's why I believe students should go abroad and study for their majors or different things. So that's it for the one-sided speech. Now the double-sided. Students for this one, start with the phrase: students don't need to go abroad to develop themselves. So it's the other way around. So the phrase that I chose to start is: home is an unexplored place. So the first point is students' perceptions of studying abroad. Students' perception of studying abroad. A student often think that studying abroad is the best option to learn a new language, experiencing a different culture, or even live in the comfort zone. So I believe that they can choose to go to different places in the US and still experience all these kind of things. And it's not really needed to really go overseas to actually study and learn a new language. And the transition to the workforce is not as easy as if they stay. For that, I believe like if they stay, they'll have the opportunity to go on internships and actually be close to their majors fields, and the transitioning would be much easier by staying and not going overseas and staying away from that experience and things like that. I'll live in comfort zone and learn a new language. It is possible for students to leave their comfort zone without even going abroad, and US campuses are very diverse. With the students going to these other places within the country, I believe they'll be able to experience all these different things. Like in many US campuses, there are international students, and I mean, a student from California coming to Nebraska, he'll meet people here that have different backgrounds, like international students like me, students from Nebraska, students from New York, and different places. So I believe it's not really necessary for them to leave. And learning a foreign language is not a problem in the US. The US is one of the countries with the highest foreign populations. So here I got a poll made by Gallup that says like about 1/4 of the country can speak a language other than English well enough to hold a conversation. Many schools here in the US actually offer like courses of different languages, and it's even possible to have it like as a major, like a major in Spanish, a major in French, or even as a minor. So therefore, I believe students not really need to go overseas and to be able to speak a different language. The next point is it is expensive. So studying abroad can be very expensive. Countries in Europe have an expensive currency, such as the euro and the British pound. All of them are more valuable compared to the US dollar. And the average cost of the semester is really high. I got a study about that actually. So it's an article actually from Fox Business. It says like, without the airplane tickets that are already expensive, for the 2012-2013 academic year, the average cost of studying abroad for one semester was $17,000, according to the Institute of International Education. So it can be really expensive to going overseas. And this is only the average. It's not really the cost of, because it's considering going to third world countries and first world countries, and going to these countries are more expensive. So they're doing kind of like an average, and it's still really expensive. So this is the end. Concluding, I think like studying abroad is not really necessary for students to develop themselves, and I believe they can experience all these things by staying here. And that's it for the double-sided speech. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. You can say hi to the camera. And that's it for the speech. Thank you very much, Professor Baldwin, for the support throughout the semester. This is my last speech. Thank you.